But we are live. So if you're joining us, wherever you're joining us, say hello. Oh, it's coming up. Oh, it's coming up with a thing for me.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Right,
something's happening my end.
thing.
Oh, yes, we're rather cropped.
Oh, we are cropped, aren't we? Veronika and I are trying something new. We're trying to go live on our Facebook groups, our Facebook pages, our YouTube, and on our Instagram, but it is proving somewhat tricky. So I think if I press go live on Instagram, it will have us wonky on the picture.
I
But
think
shall I just
so.
do it anyway? Shall I
Or
do it?
shall we try the
If I change, oh, I can't change it once we're live. It won't let me. Should we not worry about it for today and then try and figure it out for another one?
I think so, yeah. Or shall we cut off and retry?
Yeah, we'll come back, everyone.
Because we literally have got like our shoulders on Instagram, I think.
But it's not live on Instagram, is telling me.
No, it's not
yet live. But yeah. But I'm worried that if we do that, I'm worried that if we leave, that then we won't be able to reset up that easily.
Okay, yeah, let's just roll with it today.
We'll do more research. We're very excited because we use this streaming software, and it messaged us, and as soon as it messaged to say you can also go live on Instagram using it, we were like, oh, we have to try that. But I don't think we've got quite got it right yet.
No, not quite. I can see the preview, and you can literally see like my shoulder and your shoulder next to each other.
Yeah, that's it. But anyway, hello everybody. How are you? We've got some people here joining on YouTube, and we have people on Facebook. Happy New Year. We are back with our monthly crochet catch-up, chit-chat, see how everyone is. So yeah, 2024. Hooray!
Yeah.
Goodness me, that sounds a bit scary, doesn't it?
It does. It does sound scary. Yeah, I remember back in 1999 when there was big hoo-ha about, year 2000, the computers are going to go mad because they won't read the date properly and it's all going to come crashing down. And here we are in 2024.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and it's happened. We're still here.
Yes, we're going strong. Oh, hello, Julia.
Oh, Julia's here. Julia's here. Hi, Julia. Oh, and Kim's here, and you can see us on YouTube. Awesome. Fantastic. Awesome stuff.
Fantastic. Yeah. So the little problem we got with Instagram is that we have to change the sizes of our pictures, and I think one of the channels will probably be really cropped. Yeah.
It didn't like it. Although we could sit on top of each other on Facebook, couldn't we? Like that. That could work.
Actually, yeah. I think we have to try that next time.
We'll try that next time. We'll figure it out, everyone. We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
It would be nice to talk to people on Instagram as well while we're chatting. If you have 20 minutes free for your lunch break, pop in on Instagram, just having a chat with us, that would be lovely. But yeah, it will take a little bit more working out as to set it up properly.
Technology. We're always talking about technology, aren't we? And how we love it / hate it / can't ever work it out.
Precisely. It kind of does what it wants. Whatever you want it to do, it does what it wants.
It does. It's generally not what you want it to do, I find.
Precisely. Oh, hello, Heather.
Hi, Heather. Heather's here. How are you? Oh,
how was your birthday? Because Heather told me it was her birthday not long ago.
Oh, happy birthday, Heather.
How was your birthday, Heather? Let us know. How much yarn did you get? Did you get yarn for your birthday? Because that would be lovely. It would be lovely.
Well, and happy birthday to you. We're both a year older, aren't we, since we last did our live? We both have December birthdays. And I was convinced yours was 2 days later than it actually was, which is why I messaged you, didn't I? I was like, oh, I've missed it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Within 2 days, it still counts. It's still within the grace period. Yeah.
And like, we're both Christmas birthdays, aren't we? So like that time of year is just
crazy.
Yeah. To try and remember and all of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh, Christine's here. Hi, Christine.
Happy Thursday.
Oh, it is Thursday, isn't it? Gosh, yeah. I'm really struggling to figure out the days of the week. So, like, because many people know I've got young boys and like Elliot went back to school and I don't know what day he went back to school, but he's gone back to school and I still can't quite work out where we're at.
That's the New Year adjustments.
Yeah.
Now, how many times when you wrote a date did you still write 2023?
I don't really write the date. Well, so when I was a midwife, I used to write the date every single day, all the time, but I really don't write it down anymore.
Yeah, because obviously we're going through a process of moving and buying a house
Oh,
and stuff. So it's a lot of paperwork, signing and dating. And honestly,
yeah.
a couple of times I was like 2023, and I'm like, no, scribble that out. This 2024.
2024. I remember I worked, really ran off at a tangent. I worked a night shift on a New Year's Eve once. So I was, and how confusing is that?
Yeah,
That you then switch over, like 1 minute you're in one year, 1 minute you're in the next year.
that's
And it's
it.
the middle of the night, so you're confused anyway. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
or when we have, if you ever work a night shift when there's daylight savings and the clocks change, that how to work, you just hope that a baby is not born in that hour window because that hour doesn't exist.
Oh gosh,
It's
yes.
really weird. There is
Course.
like a special formula for it, and like every
Right.
year we always have to like look it up to go, right, how does this work? How do we rewind? And how do we, yeah.
Yeah.
So at 1 o'clock in the morning, yeah, the woman's still in labour, and then 10 minutes previously on paper, the baby's born or something. It's very,
Yeah.
very odd. Very
Oh
odd.
gosh, yeah. Yeah. I remember that when I used to work at a hotel at the reception, we had the night workers when they worked on when the clocks was changing. I mean, if it shortened their shift by an hour, they were kind of happy to go home, but they
Yeah.
kind of were losing an hour's pay because their shift was
Yes.
shorter.
Yeah.
And then the other way, obviously, if it had added an hour, they were like, by the time you got to
Yeah,
them
the
in the
extra.
morning, they were like literally like bags under their eyes. They're like, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Julia's saying you're doing better than I am. I still write 19 something. Well, it's not that long ago, is it? We can all
Nope.
remember.
Nope.
Oh, and Heather did get some yarn. Hurrah!
Lovely.
Yay! Yay!
That's a very good present.
Very good present. Very good present. So
So,
yeah. So tell us what you're all up to, what you're making. What do people make this time of year? I like, because we're always like seasons ahead, aren't we? So
yeah, I don't know actually. I mean, well, judging by the UK weather at the moment, you would be making all hats and scarves and mittens and
oh my goodness.
like one suit from literally the top of your head down to your heels because it's freezing at the moment.
So
We have real
cold.
cold weather.
It's so cold. My
It
boys
is.
were really excited the other day because it started to snow, not like proper snowing, but like trying to snow. And they were like, "Oh, it didn't come for Christmas, but now we've got it." And I was like, "Oh, it's cold."
I know it always does it the opposite way, but I had a couple of videos and pictures from my mum in Slovakia on the 23rd of December.
Yeah.
The whole place was covered in snow. It was proper
Oh,
white, thick blanket of snow on the 23rd. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're going to have white Christmas because we celebrate Christmas on the 24th. So Christmas
yes, of
Eve
course.
is
Yeah.
our Christmas day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, you're going to have white Christmas. It's going to be amazing. It just adds such a charm to the time.
Yeah, definitely.
And she messaged me on the 24th of December in the morning. And she sent me another picture and it was all gone.
Oh no.
Because it was so warm, the weather was so warm, it literally all melted overnight and it was gone by the morning. I was just like, oh my God, where is all your snow?
Oh, look, we've got reports of what's happening. Julia's
There we
2
go.
pairs of leg warmers, crochet leg warmers. Nice. And knitting a scarf currently. Cool. So warm weather stuff. Jamie's hello and morning from Florida. You won't be needing leg warmers in Florida, I wouldn't have thought. And then Heather's crocheting a ripple Afghan for a co-worker who bought a new house. Oh, that's such a lovely gift.
Oh, I'm so jealous that they bought a new house already.
I've often done that as a housewarming present. But if I've run out of time, I sometimes do like little coaster sets.
Yeah.
Or like washcloths or easy, quick things. And my mum started doing that actually as well. And she has like some in reserve of different colours ready to give to people.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, really good idea.
That is a really good idea. Do you know that's something my friend mentioned? She's got 2 little girls and she said every time she goes to a shop and if she sees like a nice little toy, she just buys it. If it's for boys, for girls, for whatever. And she said then she's got this box of little toys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when a birthday party comes up, she doesn't then have to worry about it. She just goes to her little box of tricks and pulls out a present ready for the birthday child. So I'm like, that's actually quite a good idea, because sometimes you get real good bargains, don't you, when you
Oh,
go to
definitely.
shops.
Yeah.
And you think like, oh my gosh, that would be really cool for a present for someone. But if you haven't got anyone in mind, I don't tend to buy it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that's a good idea to
yeah,
have
kids
gifts on
stuff.
standby.
Yeah, kids stuff is fairly universal, isn't it? And you can, like kids just like opening presents, don't they? Or mine do anyway. So.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I hate getting Play-Doh, but I love gifting Play-Doh. It's like Play-Doh is such a universal present, and I'm like, there
Yeah.
you go, there's some Play-Doh for your children, and they're like, thanks.
Thanks. Yeah, no, we like gifting like craft kits and stuff like that for kids. They work really well, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. As long as there's no glitter in them.
Louise is here from Wales. Good afternoon, Louise.
Is it freezing in Wales? Is it really cold?
I bet it is. And Christine's crocheting a floor-length dress. Oh my goodness! For my oldest adult daughter. That's awesome.
That is brilliant.
For like a special occasion, or just because she fancies it, or that's so exciting.
Or can we hear wedding bells soon?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, how awesome would that be? Gosh.
Oh, do you know what? Those wedding dresses that you can find online, some of them, they're amazing. So much work, but they're amazing.
Yeah. Like the ones that are made in thread. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Sorry about my croaky voice, everyone. I was saying to Veronika earlier, I don't know how bad it sounds. You know, when you hear your voice in your head, you don't quite know how bad it sounds. But I've had no voice. It's like Saturday. Just literally disappeared.
It doesn't sound too bad. You can hear a little,
like it just catches every now and again.
Yeah, but it's not too bad. You're fine.
Good. That's all right then.
So I suppose you're taking a break from your singing, choir practice, or?
Yeah, well, I was meant to go back on Monday night, but I literally had nothing. I had no voice, so I was like, "Sorry, everyone, I can't come." Oh, is Heather saying, "How are your squares doing?" And Hannah, what are you working on, please? Oh, squares. Are you making squares?
Oh, yeah, I did a little vlog, because I'm finally, after 2 years, I am using my mini skeins from the Yarn Advent Calendar.
Saw that, yes.
So I actually was filming earlier, and you won't be able to see them, but they're currently here on the kitchen floor.
Oh, I can see colours. Yeah,
because I was actually filming a second vlog to carry on, because I'm currently working on like a layout, because it's very colorful, probably a bit too colorful for my normal taste, but I'm going with it. I'm going with the flow.
Even if that's the point of all of those mini skeins, of just to try something you perhaps wouldn't normally.
Absolutely. And do you know what? I'll probably end up loving it and wearing it all the time, because I'm a bit like, okay, this will take a little bit of you getting used to, but yeah. So they're currently on the kitchen floor, laid out, because I filmed the video of laying them out, and I need to take a really detailed picture before I move them, because I don't want to do that again. So yeah, they're still there, but yeah, the squares are doing good, Heather. So we are progressing with it.
Brilliant. And I will respond. I will show you what I'm making. So if anyone remembers the Deirdre sweater, the pink sweater, you know, that I wore in the crochet summit that we did last year and that I launched last year.
Yeah.
I have decided I'm making a blanket with the stitch. It's like a faux cable. And it's in a worsted yarn. It's paint box worsted with some wool in it. It's really nice.
Lovely.
And I'm going to do it so that the rib of, the border is worked all in the thing. So there's no massive amounts of ends and all that kind of jazz as well.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And it's a nice, easy project just to work on.
Nice.
Oh, look, Louise said in Wales, it's glorious sunshine, but bitter cold. Yeah, it's exactly like that here.
I felt such a fool when I went to the school. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was the day before, because I really struggle with bright sun. It really hurts my eyes. I can't, like, for driving, I literally have to have sunglasses, whatever the weather. But yesterday when I was walking to school, because of this time of the year, the sun is really low as well. I went to school and I had a thick hat on my head and I had sunglasses on. I
Did you
was
look like
like,
a pop star? Did you look like,
honestly, I thought if somebody like asks me for an autograph or something because they think I'm someone who I'm not, but I'm like,
That's brilliant.
my head is freezing cold, so I can't go without a hat because my ears will literally fall off. But I can walk to school because I physically can't see where I'm going because the sun is so low. So honestly, the sight of me yesterday, people must have thought I've gone mad.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Oh, I'm going to skip down to Caitlin's here. Hi, Caitlin.
Hey!
Saying my eyes are like that too. Always
Honestly.
these sunglasses.
And do you know what's even worse? When the road is wet
Oh,
and
yes.
then the sun
The
hits the
glare,
road.
don't you? Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm just going by memory down this road. I don't even know where I'm going.
Oh,
gosh.
Oh, and Julia's asking us, what are the names of the jumper and cardigan you are wearing? They are beautiful. Thank you very much to start with. Yours, yeah, I've seen yours before. What's yours called? I can't remember.
Mine is called, I've made this ages ago and still haven't released it.
Do you know what? Mine's called that too. That's hilarious.
And I do have little granny squares in it as well. So they're there at the bottom.
Cute. Yeah, you need to write that up.
I do. I know I do. Do you know what? I've done the pictures. I've got all pictures ready to go. But yeah, so that's the name of my cardigan.
The name of my jumper is going to be the herringbone moss sweater because this is the adult version of my really popular children's one.
Ones, yeah.
And everyone at the time said, oh, please. And so I made this exactly a year ago. I was making it when I was on the plane to Florida last year. And so I'm really sorry, everyone. I haven't done it yet, but I will. There we go.
So this time on a plane, you have to write the pattern.
I'm random. I don't want to do spreadsheets on a plane. Don't make me.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and I've just realized.
And then you can rename it to On My Way to Florida.
On My Way to Florida sweater. Yeah, I've just realised, you know how very often Facebook does it? It just says Facebook user. It's telling us everyone's names today.
Do you know, I've noticed that as well.
She's here. Afternoon. Hello. Yeah, and Caitlin said the same. She said, good morning. I don't know if it shows my name.
It does.
It does.
There we go. Yay. Maybe they did like a big update to the software.
I don't know. I hope so.
They added the Instagram to it, didn't they? And now maybe they finally.
Yeah, maybe that makes life easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Saying, what's that blanket behind you, Hannah? That's yet another thing that I haven't written down. So this blanket is very much based on an old blanket design that I did for Crochet Now magazine. Okay. Many years ago when they first launched, and it's called the Forager's Blanket. But this version isn't exactly the same. So it's waiting for me to do. I have I'm doing the office up. I was telling you, wasn't I, beforehand? I'm doing,
yeah.
It's technically our dining room at home, but it's been taken over as an office. And so I've had to empty all of the bits of furniture that were in here. And oh my goodness, the amount of samples that I've found that I have never launched. I've just made and gone, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. So I'll get very organized. I promised everyone.
That's it. I feel like we just come here on live teasing people with all these things.
I know, we should.
Yeah, we will release it soon.
Yeah, I'm making this. I might release it in 2 years' time. Sorry.
Oh no.
I get so excited by the thing that I'm currently working on, and then I'll launch that, and then I forget about the whole backlog of things that I haven't launched.
Yeah.
Oh, Christine's saying in Minnesota we are getting our first major snowstorm of the year tomorrow. Definitely crocheting weather. Definitely. Stay inside, stay warm, stay safe. All of that jazz.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Who we got?
Oh, what's it? Oh, beautiful blanket too. And Caitlin's saying, very excited for the Franny Granny projects coming. Yes, I'm very excited too. I just need to actually finish them too. I need to finish them too. But yes, they will be coming. They're the much requested sweater and cardigan versions of the poncho that I released last year will be coming, I promise. My plan is next month. What month we're in? January, aren't we? Yeah.
Yes.
My plan is February. My plan is February. Yes.
Don't worry, we will hold you accountable, Hannah. We'll make you release.
You'll be like, where are they? Come on.
We'll be banging on your door.
Jamie put an excellent suggestion here. Perhaps you should use our plan, the planner you released with the crochet along. You're right. You're right. I'm very good at telling everyone else how to plan things, but not so much myself.
Put your money where your mouth is, Hannah.
I should. I'm really sorry, everyone. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But that's it. We're only human, isn't it? When you get excited about something, you just say, "Oh, I really want to do this. I really want to release it," and then
and
everything else back.
I don't know if anyone else can relate to this as well, but like there are only so many hours in the day, and there are only so many, like, you can only do so much, can't you?
Definitely.
You can only do so much. Yeah. Caitlin's just laughing that Jamie called me out. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And Louisa said, "Oh, my 22-year-old grandchild has put in a request for your granny square jumper, so it's going to be a stash fade project. I need to complete 2 other whips first." Here, see, you have the same problem as we do, Louise. Oh yeah, there's too many things to make.
That's
too many things. Yeah, everyone's saying. Definitely. I think all designers need to have a clone for all the things. Yes.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. And for me, so I find, I don't know about you, but I find the making of stuff, I can rattle out things no problem. But it's the grading, the formatting, the everything else, like making stuff just in my size, easy peasy, lovely.
Yeah.
It's the filming, the content, the photograph, all of which I really enjoy doing, but it's very time consuming. And the other thing as well that I don't think gets really talked about that much is, even if it's a small pattern, it still takes you the same amount of time to format a PDF. Probably not quite as much, but you still have to make a PDF for it. You still have to create a blog post. You still have to do all the image editing and all that kind of stuff that goes with it. And it's exactly the same level of, promoting it and, sharing it and all that kind of stuff. So for me, regardless of how big the project is, it still takes a really good chunk of time.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not making an excuse for myself. I'm just, yeah. And also, I don't want to like overwhelm people as well, because you don't need hundreds of patterns from me, do you?
See, I find making samples, I do enjoy making samples, but it depends what it is. Like, honestly, blankets are one of my worst things. Like,
oh, really?
I can't, it's just such a big commitment. Like, when I'm making a sweater or cardigan, it's exciting because you're kind of making a different part, like, oh, I finished the front panel, or I'm getting on the sleeve and the second sleeve, and so it's kind of like exciting because you're making progress. But with the blanket, it's kind of like, okay, another couple of rows, which added like a centimeter onto the length of the blanket, and then you just have to keep going. So it's like, okay, so that's why I have made a blanket recently. I finished it and I'm doing a pattern, so it's going to be on Hobby website. But I mean, the yarn is like super chunky, and I was using a 15mm hook. So I was like, yeah, this is great. Like, I finished a row and it was like 5 centimeters on the length of the blanket. I'm like, oh, this is a kind of a blanket I can get behind.
I like that. That. Oh, this is funny. Caitlin said, wait, I thought designers found extra hours each day, like a fairy or something. Absolutely. We have these magic extra hours for crocheting everything.
So yeah, when you go through my kitchen door, like round the corner, there's like a black hole that you can just go down, and there's like extra time.
Collect it, pick up what you need.
That's it. Yeah.
This is just even not like crochet related. This is like just general life, isn't it? Like just finding time. Finding time to do stuff is so hard. For me anyway, I find it very hard.
Yeah, it is definitely. Trying to keep everyone happy in the family.
Well, this is the thing. And like whatever you do on like social media and stuff, whatever you're like, we're all so full of social media, of technology, of living that kind of life. And even if you don't like really do that, it's still a different life, a different pace, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely. Gosh, I'm losing count. I only need to count to 5, and I'm totally losing count here.
Oh dear. It's not good. You say, shush, I'm counting.
That's it, yeah. Put up a big post across the screen. It's like,
And now my stitch count, I'm counting. What are you making then? What's on your...
so this is one of the projects that I'm gonna be releasing in February
Oh yes.
for the I had a few, not a couple. Surprisingly, a lot of requests for Tunisian crochet.
I love this. That's
People kind of
amazing.
I feel like 2024 is gonna be the year of Tunisian crochet. So if it turns out to be true, you've heard it here first, okay?
What?
Let's just put this out there. Let's just make this moment, record this moment. Yeah, you've heard it here first.
I love that. I love it.
So this is gonna be just a quick peek.
Oh, that's so lovely.
This is gonna be it's Tunisian entrelac, and I'm gonna be teaching you all Tunisian entrelac in February. So I've got shawl, I've got a little bag, and I've got another project that is yet to be made. So yeah, we shall see. But it's all kind of heading for February. I've done all the video tutorials in one day because I have done my nails.
I noticed your beautiful nails.
Look and you know what I find? If I do it in bits, you can kind of see how the nails deteriorate throughout the video tutorials.
That's right. So I'm really not disorganized, but I very often be like, oh, I'll film the introduction after I finish the thing because then I can show the thing, and then I forget to do it, and then I come back and I've got completely different nails. Or even like once I did something after I'd been away on holiday and I realized that I got a really good tan and so different color in one part of the video to the other part of the video. So but people know we're real people. This is the important thing.
That's it.
We're real people.
But yeah, so because I put like a little stickers on my nails, like a flower sticker.
Oh, they're so cute.
But they're starting to like peel off and some of the petals already fell off. So I am glad I filmed all the video tutorials in one day. I literally shut everything off and I said, I'm filming, don't talk to me, don't disturb me. Like I'm gonna literally film the whole thing with my nails in a pristine condition. So I did. So literally bulk of the stuff is done. I just need to all put it into nice little format and finish it all up and keep count to 5 because if I mess this up, I'm not ripping it out.
Yes, I need to count to 5 on mine because I don't know if anyone's made the Deirdre sweater of mine, but the cable, let me hold it up. This faux cable that kind of winds its way back and forth, that is just a stitch count of 5. But the rows there's only one row where you have to actually count. The rest of them are just plain sailing.
Yeah.
So I quite like that. I quite like that it kind of makes your mind do a bit of work, but then actually you can just relax into it otherwise.
Yeah, that's a good pattern.
Yeah.
Always helps.
But who knows when this will be released?
Yeah. Oh.
The blanket is beautiful.
Oh, Katie needs a kitchen like that. Oh, you mean with the extra time? Okay.
Yeah.
We can come up with the price, Caitlin. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're onto something there. Oh, okay. She said as well, you're the trendsetter. You are indeed. Yeah.
We shall see. We shall see how it pans out.
That's beautiful. Can't wait. Yeah. So Tunisian for me, I've always wanted to do more of it, but just never quite got to it. I always get distracted with other things or more excited by other things, etc. I think it's something if I'd done earlier on in my crochet career, I would do more of. Yeah. But I just don't. But I do enjoy. I've done loads of swatches. I've tried loads of different stitches, and they're really actually quite simple and straightforward, aren't they? Yeah. Like once you get, it looks tricky, but once you get the knack of it, it's really like the return pass is just like a thing of beauty, isn't it? When you
it's. Do you know, I so enjoyed that. I enjoyed that more than the forward pass.
It's so satisfying, isn't it? So if anyone hasn't, I mean, you'll explain it better than me. If anyone hasn't ever worked Tunisian, this is kind of the idea. You pick up stitches, don't you, on your forward pass? So it's a hybrid kind of knitting and crochet, isn't it? So there you go. Look, so you've picked up those stitches, and then you're going to do a return pass to drop those stitches, basically, aren't you? End up with one loop on your hook. See, I know what it is. I just don't really do it.
Yeah.
You end up with one loop on your hook, and it's it's a beautiful fabric it creates, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it will take a little bit of work to convince people that Tunisian is more than just heavy, thick blankets. I think that's the misconception that people have got about Tunisian crochet, that it's just, oh, it's really thick, it's really dense, it's really heavy, and it curls and whatever. Yeah, there is a little, a few myths to bust through to get people on board, but your wish is my command. So a few people asked, there was quite a few requests, so we're gonna go with it. We're just gonna see what happens. But Tunisian's got a special place in my heart, because my very, very first written pattern that got published in Inside Crochet was a Tunisian cardigan for my little boy. I called it Jacob's cardigan. It's still in my shops, and it was so weird, because I made it without any kind of pattern, because I just thought, it's a raglan style, so you start from the top, you do it in raglan style, and then I finished it, and I put it on my floor, and I took a picture, like, one of those rubbish pictures on the floor, and I send it. I don't know what possessed me, but I send it to the editor of Inside Crochet magazine.
Brilliant.
And she emailed back saying, oh my gosh, I love it. I want to publish the pattern. Could you write the pattern? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Never written a pattern in my entire life, let alone
Tunisian. And then the Tunisian one. Oh my gosh.
Let alone grading a pattern over like different sizes, kiddie sizes. I was just like, honestly, I replied to the email, and I pressed send, and I said to my husband, I said, what have I just done?
What have I done?
What have I just done? But I'm so glad I did, because that literally
look what's that's amazing. That's amazing.
So
Majid's asking what's on your kitchen floor. She missed the start. I'm still here.
So I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, you can just see them through the
through the glass here on the floor, and I think they're all the way across there. They are granny squares that I've been making with the mini skeins from a yarn advent calendar that I bought 2 years ago. So it took me 2 years to settle on a project to use them for.
There's no rush.
Absolutely. So I'm making a granny square cardigan, and I filmed like a little vlog that is on my YouTube channel last week. If you wanted to give it a watch, it's about 23 minutes of me rambling on.
Love it.
If you wanted to go and watch it, so it's on there. And I was actually filming the second part of the vlog. So I now finished all the cardigan, the squares for the cardigan. And I've been working on laying them out, because they're obviously all different colors and shades and stuff. So I've been filming a video of laying them out on how I'm going to join them into a cardigan. So I don't want to mess them up, so they're still there on the floor, because I need to take
before the boys come home.
I'll be like, you have to like walk around this now.
There's like there's an invisible force field around it. Tell them there's something that means you cut, like for like a laser beam. There's a laser. My kids would love that.
So they're currently still there, but I'm gonna have to take a really detailed picture to remember the layout, because I'm quite happy with it. I think I cracked the color kind of transitions.
Nice.
So I'm gonna have to take a detailed picture before I put them away. So that's what's on my kitchen floor.
There you go. Majid quite rightly said, luckily yarn doesn't have a best before date. Definitely. Oh, and Heather's pointing out it's never too late, Hannah. Yeah, about the Tunisian. You're right. Right. You know what? Over Christmas, I just thought, I don't know what came over me quite, but I just thought I'm going to start a knitting project, because I really enjoy knitting. I love knitting. I just don't have I feel more creative when I crochet, and I'm terrible at following patterns. I just get cross with them, and I'm just like, no, I would like to do it like this. So I was like, I'll make my own knitting pattern, and I'll do it. So I've written this knitting pattern, but I haven't knitted it. I spent all the time writing it. I should have just sat down and knitted something, shouldn't I?
Do you know what? Funny you should say that. I actually have got it here. So the pom-pom mag they're obviously finishing. There is no longer going to be So they were doing a sale, and I bought this book, which is full of raglan knitted sweaters. I mean, beautiful designs, honestly.
Yeah.
But I kind of looked at it and I'm just like, I think it will be just easier if I just give it a go myself. Because I'm like, they are nice, like beautiful stuff, right?
Oh, look at that. That's
But
lovely.
honestly, when I read it, and I'm thinking like, okay, so I know about matching yarn, substituting yarn properly, and doing a gauge swatch and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But when I looked at it, I'm just like, by the time I find a substitute and do the gauge swatch and do everything, I think it'll just be easier if I just knitted myself.
Isn't it lovely to have it for inspiration? That's the thing, isn't it? It's beautiful. It's a lovely book.
Beautiful book. So but it gave me kind of a bit of an insight that maybe this is how some people feel when they look at a crochet pattern as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So it really gives you that insight that how to write your patterns, even if someone literally picks it up for the very first time that they want to do something. So yes.
Definitely. Definitely. We have, I don't know how to say your name, I'm afraid, Kurat, saying lovely conversation from Maryland. I knit, sometimes crochet, especially crochet blankets. It's the first time here, so glad to see you. We're glad that you're here with us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us, and hopefully to many more occasions like this.
Indeed. And Heather's saying, beside crocheting the Afghan, I'm knitting a V-neck sweater too.
Lovely.
There's so many people have knitting and crochet projects on the go all at the same time. It's so lovely.
Yeah.
So lovely.
Because they're kind of like, quite close, but also quite different, isn't it? Yeah. So it's good to dip into both just to keep the interest going.
Definitely. But I'm like, even with crochet, I have different projects for different things on all the time. With different way. Oh, someone was asking me recently about different yarn weights and how can you manage to have a number of projects on the go in different yarn weights, because like of how you hold the hook and your hands and stuff. And it does take a bit, but I think it's quite good to have different yarn weights on the go at the same time, because like, I don't know about you, but fine yarns, my hands really suffer with if I do them for any length of time. So I know I can only do a short spurt of those, and then I need to go to a slightly thicker yarn, and then I could come back to the I think for the health of your hands, you need to make sure that you mix it up.
Definitely, yeah, because you get like a little hand stretches. I think I've seen them somewhere.
Yeah,
kind of like a little exercises for your hands and stuff. And then, sometimes you read it and think, oh, really? Do you really need to? But honestly, when you work on the same project for quite a while, they do get proper stiff because you hold them in the same position. So yeah, it's definitely worth looking into something like that.
Yeah, definitely. But this was another reason for prompting me to do up the office and stuff, because currently when I'm filming, the setup is so that I literally have to do it at arm's length. I'm sat because it's so far away because of how my light rig sits above.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't keep doing that because I get a really bad back and neck.
Yeah.
When I've been filming, so I'm like, that's really bad for me. So I'm getting a better setup that's going to be better for my health.
Yeah, because like you said when we spoke before, if you were employed by someone and they asked you to film a tutorial at like arm's length the whole day, you would be like, well, I'm not doing it.
That's not comfy. I'm not doing that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. So, but I'm going through the process of moving the house is really frustrating and what have you. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because I'll have my office space as well. And like you said, it just feels like it'll be so much easier to get stuff done. Like then there'll be no excuse.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes now I'm like, oh, I really need to film this video tutorial, but I'm like, I have to get the camera stand out. I have to get the camera out. I have to clear my desk. I have to move it by the window to get the light. So you just like, there is quite a few hoops to jump through before you can actually start doing what you need to be doing.
Yeah, definitely.
So hopefully by having that dedicated space to it, there'll be no excuse. Let's put it that way. There'll be no excuse, so we'll have to do it.
Even if we didn't do it for a job, I think in terms of makers and people watching, like it's really important to have like it's nice to be able to crochet anywhere, of course, but it's also nice to have your space, your space in the house that you know is. I have one chair in our living room that I know is the most comfortable for me to sit and crochet in, because it supports me how I need to be supported. And like it's too important, isn't it, not to be comfortable while you're doing like, because lots of people like to crochet for hours on end, don't they?
Definitely.
You have to be comfortable and you have to look after your spine and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. There we go. Hello from Kansas City, Missouri, USA. Hello, hello.
Hello.
And we've got Louise. All of my crochet and knitting has a few chocolate Labrador hairs, no matter how much I try to avoid it.
Yep. Well, I've got tangled around my chair. Hang on, I'll be back.
Oh,
there we are. I'm back. Yeah, when I'm filming or actually when I'm making, it's fine because they're a lot easier to see. But sometimes when I'm filming our dogs, we've got German short-haired pointers, and although their hair is short, it's very, very dark. So when it comes out, it's like it's like a fleck on there. It's really frustrating.
Yeah, we've got our little. Well, the thing is, we got she's a Boston Terrier cross with a Frenchie, but she's black and white. So I get kind of like white hairs on dark stuff, and then her black hairs on fair stuff. So honestly, I can't avoid it at all.
Nope.
So it's not like, if it's like a chocolate Labrador, it can blend into like the black or darker yarns. But I have to think like, she's got black and white hair, so they always stand out whatever they're on.
Well, so our older dog Ginny, she's 10 now. She's getting an old lady, bless her, and she's going really, really grey. So very often she'll be shedding some grey hairs. It's like, oh, Ginny. Bless her. Oh, Caroline's here. Hello, Caroline. Here from the Netherlands.
Hi, Caroline.
Lovely to hear you. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Julia said, gives a new meaning to crocheted with love. Definitely. Crocheted with love and a bit of hair.
I think there was even like somebody was making on Etsy those clothing labels you can sew in. Like it says like, made with love and a few of my hairs as well.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh dear. So oh, lovely. And so I wanted to ask today, if anybody watching, did you join us for the Crochet Garment Summit that we did last year? When was it? Did we do it in March?
It was March,
wasn't it?
End of March,
Did anyone join us for that? I think a few people here definitely did.
Yeah,
because I think we hinted at it before, didn't we? Before Christmas, we have another one planned for this year. Hurrah! Hurrah! Very exciting. So we have, we've got the date planned for. We won't say exactly when yet, but in April. So a bit of time. Yes. Oh, we've got some yeses. Yep. So Heather did and Julia did. Awesome. Yes, I knew you both did. That's awesome. So so if you didn't join us last year, we basically did a weekend full, didn't we? Jam-packed full of, I think there were 12 designers that did it last year, something like that.
I think there was 11 of us.
Oh, and we did 2 subject seats. That was it. So we had like over a dozen topics that we basically had a pre-recorded video that you could come and watch with a designer expert talking about a particular aspect of garment design. And we did everything from like the basics of choosing your yarn and gauge and pattern, all the way through to different like ribbing techniques and lots of practical things to really get you going for people who have never made garments before, but then also info for people who have. And afterwards, that's what then prompted us to do these monthly chats, which we absolutely love doing. And we then had so many requests, didn't we, for can we do another one? Can we do another one? And we realized that actually there is so much more to explore. And we have a lineup. We were just counting before we came on, didn't we? So there's going to be 16 of us.
Yep.
Which means it will probably have to run over 3 days, because I don't know about you, but that would be exhausting to do it 2 days.
8 hours a day, yeah, I think, yeah.
So we have the pre-recorded video, and then we have a live Q&A with us two. You get to hear, hopefully my voice will be better by then, and the other designer, and just come and chat and ask all of your garment questions and all that kind of stuff. And we're looking at, you wouldn't think that there would be that many more topics in garment making, but by golly, there is. So we're covering so many other things and things that you might never know that you needed to know. And that's the key. That is what we happened upon last year, didn't we? Is that people were like, I never knew that, and I never knew I needed to know that, but now I do. My garment, and so many people have now confidently started making garments that didn't dare before. So that's coming your way. I'm very excited.
That's it. Yeah. So we've got some returning designers. So we've got designers that joined us last year.
They must have done something right. They must have enjoyed it. So
and we have got some new names. We have got some fresh designers that will be joining us. And yeah, it's gonna be great. I think it's shaping up to be a really, probably even better than last year. Honestly, when we we said this last year that when we watched those videos before we kind of moved on with building the whole thing, we were like, oh my gosh, like this is so good. There's so much information and everything. And then, like you said, we thought, okay, maybe we exhausted the topic. But then when we sat back down and say, look, there is so many people requesting another one, and we were thinking with Hannah, we had a little chat, and we were like, okay, we'll have to come up with some topics. And when we first got on the call, we were like, okay, this is going to be really tricky to come up with topics. But honestly, we were just flying, weren't we? It was just like one thing after another, and then another thing prompted another thing. So yes, it's going to be bigger than last year, hopefully better than last year. And yeah, we're so excited for everyone that's going to join us. I think it's going to be a good one, even if we say so ourselves.
I'm excited by it. I'm looking forward to going.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, Louise said, I only discovered you recently, Hannah and Veronika, today. Also, well, come and join us. Join us for everything, obviously, but do come and join us in April for that.
Definitely, yeah.
Caroline said, I tried to join a summit in September, but couldn't make out how it worked. Yes, we'll try. And that wasn't, we didn't do one in September, so that wouldn't have been us. So we try and make it as easy as possible, and it went really well last year, actually, didn't it? We just provide you with the links of where to go and where to join us for the lives and stuff. And we've got a trick up our sleeve that we hope will make it even easier this year. So stick with us, and always ask questions as well. That's the thing. We asked lots of people when we were in the lives, were asking, where do I go next? And we just sent you there, and it all worked out really, really well.
Yeah, so I think that's the great thing about the summit, because we will be there live. I mean, it is going to be online, but it's not going to be like everything's going to get just scheduled and pre-recorded and we're just going to kind of let you watch it all. We actually are online for the entire weekend, and perhaps Friday as well this year.
I know. Well, last year our families just sort of disappeared for the weekend, didn't we? So they're going to have like a mini break this year, aren't they?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Break. Oh, and Julia said, garment making summits are always informative. Yeah. I love the fact that people in crochet and knitting and all that, people want more information. They want to be better at making and stuff because they love it so much. We all love it so much. It's just to be the best you can be is amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And it just saves so much time as well, I feel, because it's I think I talked about this on one of my lives before, when I was doing a bit of sewing with the sewing machine. It was probably a very ambitious project for a first time. I was making like a long duster style cardigan.
Oh, I remember you saying about that.
Yeah, and it was just like, it really opened my eyes that when you are getting into something, yes, the information is probably out there somewhere, but the time and effort it took to actually research the information I needed to know. And it's like, there is so many sewing makers that make video tutorials, but when I looked at those tutorials, they're all like 2 hours long. And really, when you're just stuck on one particular thing that you need to research how to do,
Yeah.
you have to scroll through like a 2-hour video to get to the bit that you need to know. And that is the most frustrating thing for me that I come across when I was doing this project, because of course I haven't got the luxury of having the 24 hours to myself. So when I actually gone through the process of getting my sewing machine out, and I thought, okay, I've got like an hour to do the next stage of my project. And
How
it was so frustrating when I had to spend like 40 minutes of that 1 hour trying to find the bit of the tutorial that I needed to watch to kind of do the next step, which left me with like 20 minutes to sew, to actually do a bit of sewing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I think these summits and even like online courses that we offer, or any other craft or any other content creators, honestly, I think they're just gold mines and godsends, because they just save you so much time and effort. It's
Yeah.
all there, one click of a button, and all the information is there at your fingertips, and you just watch what you need, research the topic that you're stuck on or you need some more information on, and you're good to go. And it's such a time saver and so little effort that you need to go through to get to what you need to know.
And it's fun too. That's the other thing. Like that we're there live is nice and interactive. You can come and chat with us like we are now. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, come to it. And Maureen said, I attended last year and the whole thing was fabulous. I learned so much.
Yay.
Yay.
Fantastic.
And Julia says, I'll be there. Yay. Looking forward to new info and reviewing old info I may have forgotten. And that's a really important point, actually, as well, isn't it? To go over stuff, because with each project you do, you'll use different techniques and different things, and you might not use other things. So it might be a while before you get back round to using that type of ribbing or that joining technique or whatever.
And do you know what I feel? There is always something that you know and you've done before, but you always kind of forget. It's like those kind of words that you know how they're spelled, but when you come to spell them, you can't for the life of you remember.
Yeah.
It's like my word is tomorrow.
Oh, really?
I never know whether it's double M or double R.
Yeah.
I always have to stop and think, okay.
Which one?
Yeah, and in crochet, my thing like this, and I'm pretty sure everyone's got one, but my thing is, it's the difference between popcorn, puff, and bobble stitch.
Oh, I've given up trying to remember those.
Honestly, every time I come across something or I have to look them up, which stitch is called what. I know how they're made, but I never know which one is puff stitch, which one is popcorn stitch, and which one is bobble stitch, because they're all very similar in look, but obviously different techniques to get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like
So you're not alone if there are things that you're like, I think I did know how to do that, but I'm not quite sure anymore. It's perfectly all right. Oh, Heather says she'll be there too. Awesome.
Yay,
awesome. And now Facebook has gone funny again and told us who it is. Sorry, I missed the date for the summit. You haven't missed it. Don't worry. We haven't announced it yet. The only thing that we have announced is that it will be in April of this year. So yeah, that'll be very exciting. Very exciting.
Absolutely.
And so we've both got events happening in February, haven't we? We've
Yes.
locked ourselves into that now, haven't we?
That's it. We'll be held accountable now, Hannah. no, this is point of no return.
Oh gosh. Shall I really seal the deal for me, and shall I get you a sample to show you?
I think so.
Do you want? Shall I get one?
Yeah.
Hang on, I need to count. I'm trying to talk and count and move and everything at the same time. I'm going to have to very delicately climb over my boxes of stuff. I will be back. Hang on a sec.
Don't trip.
Oh, here we go. I've got tons, so I've got a bit carried away. A bit carried away.
I caught a little glimpse.
So yes, so I'm doing children's versions and adult versions, but children's will come first. And I got a bit carried away, and I decided to go colourful. So we've got a little cardigan that has yet to got buttons on it. And then the beginnings of a little rainbowy sweater. So it comes on the set. So it's got like a weird construction that closes. It
Oh,
took me a long time to figure out, but I've got it now.
yay.
And yeah, so there's a bigger one. And my boys, they requested their own colours. So Oliver requested these,
Oh, lovely.
which he loves. And then Elliot requested, Mummy, can I have one with a hood? So he's got
Okay.
one with a hood as well. So they'll
Your
all
wish
have
is my command.
Indeed. So like a similar raglan format, but then you can either make a cardigan, a hoodie, or a sweater, and they'll all be like individual patterns, because actually, although they look really similar, the construction of them is completely different, isn't it? Like, yeah, it's like, oh, that'll be easy to convert, and then you go, no, actually, it's not. But I've converted them all. So yeah, so they will all be coming, the children's versions, and there'll be a children's poncho as well. So we're going to start with those, and then we'll work on to the adult version. So there we are. I've committed to it now, haven't I?
Yes. There's no going back. You showed us the samples. We'll be banging on your door to give us the pattern, Hannah.
They can't sit there for a year like everything else does.
No.
Oh gosh. But they're really quick, actually. Really quick.
Yeah, and I find granny stitch, the cluster stitch, really, really, once you get into the rhythm, it just kind of flies off your hook, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
because that's the same when I was making this one. It was just like, okay, this is enjoyable.
Yes.
This is just,
Yeah.
you just kind
Really
of rattle through the rows. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, that sweater is just cute.
Oh, this one's so
One, yeah.
I've got no one to wear it. I'll have to give them away when. Oh, good. Lots of people are saying that they like them. This is awesome. I'm glad.
Of course, why wouldn't they? They're cute.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Beautiful pieces. Yes, I'm very excited by that, because you never know, do you, how things are going to go. And I've gone way more colourful than I normally do. But I thought for the children's ones, I'm excited by I basically ordered loads of different colours of yarn and said to my boys, like, pick 5 colours that you love. And they're like, oh,
lovely. Yeah, it's good to go colourful for kids, I think, because
definitely.
You know,
I was like, I think I'd wear this, though, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, what better time to wear all sorts of rainbow colours than when you're a child, honestly.
Absolutely. So yes, yeah. Oh, saying. Oh, I think I know who that is. It doesn't give me your name, but I think I remember this this person from my Facebook group. So I've just finished the baby sweater with button tabs. Looks lovely, but the front raglan seam was a bit confusing. Yes, I'm sorry if it confused you, but I did try and explain in the pattern how it goes. You need to go from the right side for the left-hand side, but obviously I'm pointing on my left here, and then on the opposite side, just match it. Just match your button tab on the other side. So hopefully that makes more sense now. And then Louise saying, I'll be waiting for the adult version. Yes, you hopefully won't have to wait too long. I just have to work out the spreadsheet.
Just a minor detail.
How does it work with see? I don't know about this with designing with Tunisian. How does it work for grading and stuff? I suppose it works in the same way, does it? Does everything?
Yeah. Do you know what? It kind of, the raglan styles kind of work almost easier.
Oh, really?
Because
I don't know where to put them on now.
A bit like knitting, your stitches are quite small.
Yeah.
So there is you're not kind of unless you're doing some kind of a bigger stitch pattern, but say just using like a Tunisian knit stitch or simple stitch.
Yeah.
It's just like the size of the stitch is so small that you've got a lot of kind of movement to adjust sizing.
Yes.
Like, you're not tied into a big stitch pattern repeats where you get stitch patterns over 6-7 stitches or whatever.
Like these, for example, you have to increase or decrease by a cluster. It's quite tricky to make really refined, which is why the fit of them is not necessarily going to be as refined as like this or a Tunisian. Yeah.
So a bit like the raglan you're wearing now, it's because you really just working with a single stitch by itself, it's easier to really adjust the fit and the sizing and really make it fit nicely like you have done with yours. So with the Tunisian, it's exactly the same. It really gives you a lot of movement to really nail down the sizing down to the precise measurements that you're going for. So that's what I think anyway. I mean, somebody might struggle with it or somebody might really like it as well. So yeah, but I think it's, yeah, when I did that, like I said, it was my first ever pattern that I graded for the magazine, the Tunisian raglan cardigan for kids. And as I said, it was a steep learning curve because I've never written a pattern before, never graded a pattern before, but I wasn't kind of being tripped up by this being tied into like a big stitch pattern repeats that just changed the measurements sometimes too much.
Yeah, and then you can't undo that, can you? You have to then stick with what. Yeah,
precisely. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for it. So hopefully people will share my excitement for this Tunisian entrelac, because it looks complicated, but
it
it's
really does, doesn't it? I think it's because of the colours as well. The colour, like you've got colour changes and stitches that people are perhaps not familiar with, and
yeah,
go this way and then you go that way, and then you. Whoa.
Honestly, it's just corner to corner.
Yeah, well, when you held it up earlier, I was like, oh yeah, it's just going.
Yeah, you literally,
isn't it?
your whole row is in the same color, so you don't change kind of like square by square. I'm just gonna go like right across, corner to corner in the one color, and I've got the ends obviously when you change them for the next color again. But yeah, there's no chopping and changing after one little square. That I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that myself, and I wouldn't impose it on people.
Oh,
yeah,
brilliant.
and I've got the bag that I did. So this is all the design I did for the workshop, the Crochet Sanctuary. So it's exactly the same principle of an entrelac little squares. So you just make a rectangle, and then it's like an origami style bag. So then you fold it.
You fold it, and yeah.
So it's literally made from a little rectangle. So there's no tricky, changes or anything. And again, it's just worked with one color for the one kind of corner to corner technique. So
it's so good to see it in progress, because it actually looks far less intimidating than it does as a finished product.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you look at that bag and you think, oh my gosh, how do I join? You think I'll need to join all of those, but no, magic. Magic.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, Louise has asked, gosh, I've just seen the time as well. Gosh.
Oh, wow. We've been chatting.
We've been chatting for a long time. But Louise has said, did you ever think when you were both at school that you'd be using your maths to grade patterns for your own business? Absolutely not. I did not think that.
Nope. I didn't struggle with maths. What I struggled with was some bits of the maths that I couldn't see me ever using again in my entire life.
Oh, you see, what, the abstract kind of maths?
Yes.
Yeah.
All these, like, I don't know what they're called here, but we've got a certain name for it in Slovakian. I don't know. I don't even know how it translates. When you have like, car A leaves a point and travels at 60 miles an hour for an hour, and then car B leaves half an hour later and travels at 75 miles an hour. At what point will they meet? And I'm like, I don't know, and I don't care.
It's all important for skills, for life and skills.
Honestly,
I loved maths, so I did maths and further maths at A level.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't do very well, but I really enjoyed it.
Saying that, I do have A level maths, so because we had to do maths. That was one of the A levels we had to do. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it was like you have like maths and English GCSE. So we had to do A levels, maths and Slovakian language and literature, and then you had 3 subjects you could choose.
Oh wow!
But we had to do maths. So I have got A from maths.
There you go.
But honestly,
it stood you in good stead.
Ask me now. I'm just like, I know the things I use, like percentages and the basics, but yeah. The rest of it, questionable.
Oh, Heather's asking, what yarn did you use on the garments? And Veronica, what yarn are you crocheting with? Yeah, I was wondering that. That colour is beautiful.
So this is green. Let me. One day I'll fall off this stool live on broadcast.
Don't
So
do
the
that.
green is, they are both from We Crochet. So this is
Oh,
that one.
is that hawthorn?
That's
Yeah.
hawthorn, yeah, that's a
Love
hawthorn
hawthorn.
figurine. So that's the green one there.
So hawthorn has just got the most beautiful texture to it, hasn't it? I've done a summer top in that before, and oh, I love wearing it because it's not heavy and it's not I don't
No,
know.
it's got,
It's a really good summer yarn, I think.
yeah. So like that's what I was saying about the Tunisian. People think it's like really heavy and dense, but I mean, look at this.
Yeah, the drape on that is beautiful there.
And it's like Tunisian crochet, so it's yeah, it's really not what people think. What it used to be, because that's what it was used for. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the yarn I used for my Evelyn sweater, and I had a couple of hangs left. So I'm using that one. Oh, and the other one, I actually do have a hang, is the it's hawthorn again, but it's the one I used for my Horbury sweater.
Oh, nice.
So I'm combining the two. I'm totally stash diving for this project.
Good, it's the way to go. And this is why. So that's why I've checked. So my Funny Granny stuff is in bonus DK, so Hayfield bonus DK.
Lovely.
So that's from Sirdar, which is over here in the UK. If people haven't heard, but they do have a warehouse, I believe, in the US, and they do ship worldwide, which is why I've chosen that. And I wanted it to be in lots and lots of colours. They're like over 100 colours. And I wanted it to be affordable, and I also wanted to have something comparable that people could raid their stash.
Yeah,
because I think they're great stash buster, like your projects as well, great stash buster projects. So I really thought hard about what yarn to use and why for that one. But I think lots of yarns would work really well for it, because it's quite easy to meet the gauge on a granny stitch. Because you can don't tell anyone I said this, but you can kind of fudge it a little bit, can't you? Because there is enough play with the chain spaces and all that kind of stuff. There's a bit of play. So yeah, don't tell anyone I said that.
So yeah, I tried to go for like a little color, try to stick to the same color. So this will be the third project.
Oh, lovely.
And like you said, this is Stylecraft Special DK.
Yeah, which again comes in loads of colors, doesn't it?
And I swear 99% people that crochet or knit in this country will have a ball of this in their stash somewhere.
Definitely.
So that's that. That's what I'm using for the shawl. So it's kind of like, light and the greeny.
Yeah.
And then the bag that's already done has got the same, like
similar tones.
So it's similar colors, different kind of shades. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping that it will look like a collection, because I'm sticking to sort of the same types of colors. But yeah, I'm using, so this is fingering weight, the hat will be in a DK, and the bag is in chunky. So again,
nice, a good range.
Yeah, different weights of yarns, and yeah, so I'm quite excited. I just need to finish all these samples.
Good. Right, I suppose we better.
I know.
Bye. My gosh, yes, 1 hour and 7 minutes. Well, I'm sorry we didn't get the Instagram thing to work, but we will figure it out. I suppose everyone watching it doesn't really matter, because you're seeing us elsewhere. But we would love to incorporate all of our Instagram pullers. Yeah, that would be nice. We will figure it out.
Yes,
next time. Go and search.
I reckon if we switch the format of the camera, I think that would work. I mean, well, it did work. It's just all you could see was like from here
to your shoulder.
So it was like a shoulder talk.
It's fine. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it's so lovely to be back.
Absolutely.
And we will pop by in February. We both have stuff planned for February. I can't say February. So as soon as we have everything organized, make sure you sign up to our email list. That's the other thing. If you haven't already, because that's when you'll know when we're going live, and also what our projects and events are.
Definitely.
So come and join us. And so thank you for joining us, everyone. And hope you have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. And we'll see you all again soon.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for watching, everyone. And thank you for chatting. It's been lovely chatting with everyone.
Definitely. Take care. Bye.